It's me, Mr. Borchardt. If you're watching this video, then you're probably in 10th grade. If you're not in 10th grade, you're watching the wrong video. This is for the James Valley Christian School 10th grade apologetics class. I'm looking at agenda for the day number 25, and I need you to have that up as well as you're watching this video. So go ahead and pull it up now if you don't have it. Another thing is I have a few videos that I have uploaded since last we met online, and you need to watch those videos because some of them contain really important and vital information for you. So if you haven't watched those videos, I'm going to reference them right now. After I'm done referencing, pause the video and go watch those, okay? One video you need to watch is the assignment submission video. I love getting emails from students. It's hard getting roughly 300 emails with 300 assignments from students, okay? So I have come up with a way for you to submit your homework in a way that's easy for everyone, okay? Also, you need to make sure that as a student that you're living up to your end of the bargain here. I'm a teacher and I'm showing up every day to work. I'm making videos like this for you to watch and for you to learn. You need to make sure that you are watching these videos, the lecture videos and more, okay? Another video that I've uploaded is a fun video. We'll see how it goes. If it continues to be appreciated, then I'll keep doing some fun videos at least once a week, at most once a week, because those take a while. Also, you'll see that or you should have seen by now. If you haven't seen it, then you can go look at it. I sent an email out to everyone. It's just whatever stock email we have on file. So if that was your parents' email address, then I sent it to them. And that email, I'm going to be sending out one email per week to keep you informed and to keep your parents informed. And you need to read those emails because they only contain important information. I can promise you that I'm not going to be wasting your time because that would also be wasting my time to put that together if it was unnecessary. Okay, go ahead and pause the video now if you haven't watched those videos. Welcome back. If you're here watching this video, then that's because you watched the other videos and now you're ready to begin your instruction. Perfect, because one of the first things we're doing right off the bat is our devotional. So pull up your devotional. It's under the documents there. It's the Heidelberg Catechism, Day 4. And pull it up now. Pause this video, fam. Okay, if you're back, then that's because you have finished your devotional, Heidelberg Catechism, Day 4. Let's look at the agenda real quick. I've got mine over here. I'm not sure where you have yours, over there or over there, but I got mine right here, so I'm looking at it right here. We're going to go over a PowerPoint together. That PowerPoint is listed under the documents. It's called atheism.ppt.powerpoint. That has Atheism Part 1 and Part 2 in it. So for the next video, you'll have to refer back to the same document under this class folder day, okay? I won't be giving you the same material twice. It doesn't make sense to me. Also today, you've seen that if we were in class, then we would have an in-class reading of On Guard Chapter 4. That just means you're going to have to do it on your own. You'll have to read that chapter on your own and be ready for the reading quiz that's going to come up in 2 classes from now. Something else is we have a memory verse, so make sure you spend some time practicing for your memory verse. It's Romans chapter 1, verse 20, and we have that memory verse quiz next class, okay? That is next class. We also have a unit test 4 classes away. And remember, all quizzes and tests when we're doing online class are open book and open note, okay? Well, I've got my Atheism PowerPoint up. If you don't have yours, then you need to change that situation, little buddy. And let's not watch, but let's go through this together. I'm on slide number 1 that just says Atheism. And now I'm on slide number 2 that says Atheism Part 1. And now I'm on slide number 3 that asks the question, what is atheism? We have to understand exactly what atheism is before we do anything else, and that's primarily what this video is for today. Were we in class, this is probably a day that we would have some kind of in-class exercise, but we don't have an in-class day today. So we're doing this little short lecture. Well, maybe not so short. But atheism, kind of at its core idea, is the lack of a belief in God or any kind of deity, okay? It's a flat out and total denial of any existence of any God, okay? It appears to be a growing movement, and it also appears to me that it is becoming more aggressive and more demanding, and it seems to be becoming less tolerant of opposing ideas, and that can be seen in the people who are atheists. If you remember a while back, in last semester, we had an evangelism exercise where you had to pull out a person from a hat. And one of you would have had Michael the Militant. I think it was Michael the Militant. And Michael the Militant is a guy who I knew in real life. I shouldn't say knew, I should say that I engaged with in real life. And Michael was an atheist, probably still is an atheist, he described himself as being militant against Christianity, and he was an atheist. And Michael was talking with me. He and I, you know me, I just can't help but talk to people sometimes. And I was talking with him, and he let me know that in his opinion, Christianity and all other God, deity-based religions will eventually die out in the natural course of human evolution. And I thought, okay, that's interesting, because so far as I can tell, that hasn't happened and isn't happening. But I thought that was interesting. When I look back at history, I don't see a trend for that at all. I actually see a trend where Christianity, Judeo-Christian ideas remain the same, and other ideas around Judeo-Christianity continue to change and morph. So some of those things have died off, but at the same time, they're equally replaced with something else that's just as or even more religious. But Michael the Militant said, yeah, I believe that the eventual outcome for all of humanity is atheism, understanding the truth, that there is no such thing as a God, that is a myth. And I thought, okay. And the interesting thing, in my opinion, a contradiction with Michael was that he called himself a militant atheist. To be militant means that you think your views should be upheld up to and including physical force, okay? So I thought it was strange that Michael said that in the natural course of human evolution, religion will die out, and yet he felt the need to be militant about his beliefs. Because you see, the thing is, if Michael's idea that eventually the outcome of humanity is that there will not be any more religion, then that's just something that's going to happen, okay? Like if you believe in scientific evolution, and that's what you think that is down the road, then it'll just happen. And truly, you should be able to step back and just watch it. People should come through the course of human evolution to understand this on their own. But Michael said that he needed to be militant. And that is the opposite. That is, instead of letting evolution take its course, that's forcing something to happen. And that I see as a contradiction in Michael's own belief himself. And I take all this time to explain this dialogue with Michael with you because for a lot of you who may go into university somewhere, you're going to be facing, I guarantee you, if you don't face a militant atheist at some point, if you don't encounter someone like that or someone who says they are that way, then I will take you out for a steak dinner when you graduate because that's a rarity. And then I will, of course, at the steak dinner, bring an atheist friend and introduce you to them so that you can't say that you haven't. But atheism, lack of belief in God, total denial of any kind of deity, okay? Atheism is, I would say, true atheism is a pretty logically sound philosophical system or a worldview, but I think it's ultimately self-defeating. And I give you that because, throughout the course of human evolution, religion is supposed to die off, and yet if we have to make it die off, then that's not the course of human evolution. You can probably try to say it is somehow, but that's not scientific evolution as we have understood it. Can we prove that God exists, or is that impossible? We need to find out more about atheism. We need to find out more about its arguments and its problems. Okay, I said here at CARM, that is an apologetics ministry. Okay, and I would like you to look them up. I get a lot of my information from there, or I have gotten a lot of information from there in the past. So look up CARM, and they're a really good resource for apologetics. So I want you to learn how to deal with the arguments raised by atheists who say that God doesn't exist, and what they really try to do is replace God with ideas of naturalism and materialism and moral relativism. Okay, I'm clicking next to the next slide, slide number 4, and it's got this chart here. This chart kind of tells you the different kinds of atheists, and I actually got this from the CARM website. I copied it off of their website and put it in here because there's no point in recreating the wheel. So we've got different kinds of atheists, and we've got a check mark under the different beliefs. So an agnostic atheist is someone who lacks belief in God or gods. Not only do they lack belief in gods or gods, but they do not believe in a God or God, and they also don't know. They lack belief because they don't know if a God exists. Usually, these people are going to be humanists, evolutionists, and materialists. Okay, most often, this is the kind of person that you're going to run into, the self-acclaimed agnostic atheist. I had a video that I wanted to show you guys, but I couldn't show it because at the very end of it, and it's so ridiculous, but at the very end of it, one of the atheist guys starts like cursing and cussing and stuff. So I can't show that with you. But it was interesting in how they understand agnostic atheists. From my perspective, to be someone who is agnostic and someone who is atheist is a contradiction. To be agnostic normally means to say that there is a God or there could be a God, but we don't know if there ever could be. And so therefore, I don't believe in a God. Whereas atheist is, there is no God. There is no belief. And so I think to say that you are an agnostic atheist is kind of like trying to have all your bases covered. I don't know if there could be, but I'm not going to ever pretend to live as if there is one. Let's see here. My guy, Michael the Militant, is both an anti-theist under this chart. If you're looking at this chart, he's an anti-theist and he's an evangelistic atheist. He lacks a belief in a God. He also does not believe in a God. He says there is no such thing as God. All right, and he also tries to convince others that there is no God. And he would be a humanist, an evolutionist, materialist, and he elevates reason above anything else. Please spend some time looking through this chart on your own. We're approaching our maximum amount of time for this video. So go ahead and look at that on your own. This just so happens to be the last slide for this lecture. And this next slide is where it picks up for the previous lecture. So if you're just watching this all in one sitting, just keep that PowerPoint up and click on to the next video. Let me pray for you really quick. Heavenly Father, we love you. We submit to you. I pray that the hearts and the minds of the students in this apologetics class would be sharpened and would come to understand you and love you more because of the things that we are discussing. Father, and if that happens, I know it's you because I recognize my own weakness as a teacher. I cannot make them find joy in you. I cannot make them believe in you. Father, that is your work in their hearts. And we give the glory to you in no matter what happens in their hearts at this time. So, Lord, I pray that you'd keep them diligent. I pray that you would let them grow in love and grace and peace and truth. We pray all these things in your name. Amen. God bless you.